Slovak Prime Minister Robert Fiko has warned EU officials about the terms of the deal with Britain over its departure from the Union. Fico says his country, along with Hungary, Poland, and the Czech Republic, will veto any deal that would limit their citizens' access to Britain's labor market. Fico said they consider a failure to get equal labor rights for Eastern Europeans already working in Britain a deal breaker. Fico made the remark after EU leaders held their first summit to discuss the future of the bloc without Britain. At the summit, the leaders warned Britain that its continued access to the EU's single market hinges on freedom of movement for EU workers in Britain. Well, joining us from Bristol is investigative journalist Tony Gosling. Mr. Gosling, what do you think about the proposal issued by Slovak Prime Minister Robert Fico?
Well, I've got news for Fico. Italy, France and Germany, the citizens of those countries almost certainly want out of the EU too. So it's not just Britain he's dealing with. The only thing is that those citizens haven't been given an opportunity to vote on whether they want Frexit or exit or whatever out of the EU. Look, the Eastern European countries seem to want citizens to go to work in the UK and send money back to their families back at home. But their governments don't want their own businesses to be able to sell to Britain. I just think that that's hypocritical, and also it shows you the kinds of leaders we've got now in the EU. Is that the political parties over the years have slowly been purged of everybody that is actually working in their own citizens' interests. It's happened here in Britain in many of the parties too. That is to say, they know they don't want people in those political parties who aren't already part of the EU, because effectively the EU is a businessman's political union, a United States of Europe.
And just very briefly, if you may, Mr. Gosling, what do you make of the end result of the summit in Bratislava?
I'm not at all surprised that many of these people are in denial, because effectively that's what we've got in Europe, is most of the leaders are just simply slavishly adhering to this business model. And I've also got news for the Poles, particularly should be listening to this, is that the EEC was actually designed in 1942 in Berlin. And it seems that the Poles have got quite short memories over all this, and maybe it's not a coincidence that it's just as the World War II generation, the people that can remember the horrific treatment that Poland got, particularly in the Second World War, are dying off, that the European Union, EU, is starting to grow. Because if you go back, you'll find that the Nazis designed something called the Europäische Wirtschaftsgemeinschaft in Berlin in 1942, which became the European Economic Community and is now the EU. And it's actually a cartel-led, business-led model where everybody that doesn't agree with it is slowly being purged, and particularly from the media, because the media don't report any of this, and they're not reporting the basic facts that the EU is not even a democracy.
Investigative journalist Tony Gosling speaking to us from Bristol. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.